Vikings deal extra damage against Corruptors. Corruptors do not deal extra damage against Vikings. So you do want to generally have more Vikings than Thors. Thors, of course, is going to be good just for overall killing off roaches and whatnot. But, I don't know. I feel like they're just kind of, they're good but bad at the same time. They're just kind of, I don't know, a very interesting unit to balance, in my opinion. I'm not going to go any further into that. But yeah, Zerg cleaned up most of it, and since Terran has less bases, Zerg is able to reproduce like crazy. And yeah. So let's fast forward through this game and get into the next game. Yeah, my notes even say like stop watching at 18 minutes. Just because, you know, it's not really very interesting right now because these players aren't, like, this is like the point where a lot of players are like, okay, what do I do now? It's 30 minutes in the game and I like don't know what's going on anymore. Like, you know, like, okay, build orders early on, you know what's good early on, you know what kills you early on, you know what does damage and doesn't do damage early on. But like a later stage of the game is kind of like, okay, a lot of stuff goes into that already, so like you don't know what to really get in a certain predicament. So actually, Candle's doing a good job picking up those Broodlords. And yeah, actually, Zerg retreats, okay, or leaves. Alright, this was just totally screwed up. Okay, I didn't actually watch the end of this replay, but I don't know, his opponents here definitely should have had it. Let me look at the battle, actually. I do want to look at that for you. Okay, so Zerg comes in with a bunch of roaches. Good. This time save up. Now, what goes wrong? There's a bunch of Zerglings in production, which could have been produced a little bit sooner, but whatever, it's good. Alright, Zerglings coming out. Drones being transferred. Some plus upgrades finishing up. Broodlords being morphed. Oh, so it looks like he just doesn't have any anti-air. Like at all. He has Broodlords and he has Zerglings, so I mean, to me this is just like a screw up of what you got. I mean, you have like mass Vikings and he has like nothing against that. So, alright, so it's big. Okay, so he does have some Corruptors coming. Alright, so yeah, I just kind of lost all this stuff. Where'd all this... What the heck? Oh, okay, Zerglings did run in there. Let me see this again. Alright, I'm going to be paying close attention to this battle here. Okay, all these Zerglings, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? They're moving along, moving along. Nope, they're going to retreat. Just going to chill back here. Okay, here comes the Zerglings. Okay, so they do go in there, but the tanks are in such good placements, and he waited too long, so now there's a bunch of Marines and tanks. And yeah, it's cleaned up. Alright, so yeah, he did a good job defending and won the day. For the record, Zerg just really screwed that up, just got the wrong units and handled it very wrong. I mean, that was pretty much just like a miss micro, to be perfectly honest, like just sending the Zerglings in there. Like, he got so many Broodlords. He had so much anti-air, so I like, spent so much money on those Broodlords and just lost because of it. You know, like, that's just like a small error that like cost you the game, type of thing. Like, Zerg should have definitely had this game. I don't know if he looks like he just doesn't have a lot of gas either, so I mean he could have, I don't know. He spends a lot on those Broodlords. I don't know, it's kind of tricky. He could have had some roaches instead of a ton of Zerglings. And that's actually a good idea. This is something I forgot to mention. As Zerg in the late game, yeah, adding on a lot of Zerglings is a good idea. But at the same time, you know, if you have like tons of minerals, then yeah, add on a bunch of Zerglings. And that's kind of like what happened. He added on a bunch of Zerglings. But at the same time, don't expect those Zerglings to do massive amounts of damage. Just like thrown in there, because you know, Marines and tanks are just going to destroy them. So don't worry about it. You know, like if you want to really bust a spot, don't use Zerglings. Use roaches. Use, I mean, I guess you can use Broodlords, but you don't want them to die. Obviously, you want to use those Corruptors and all that. So, anyways, let's get into the next game here.